You're live. All right.
And we're back with another banger.
Let me get in my seat as we wait for Moses. Yeah, you're good. Sorry.
You did not even help me.
I don't want to make us so in the way of people. No, they're thinking about the regular napkins. Talk to the camera, people.
Oh, yeah.
She's supposed to be the one doing this.
I don't know, just put on the spot like that.
Me, take over the podcast, please.
Me, Richie.
Me, Richie. Me, Richie.
Not caveman speech. Okay, so as you can see, we're waiting for Mr. Moses Askew. But welcome back to the Christian Millennial Perspective Talking Taco Tuesday. So we are doing our YouTube podcast now. Of course, sometimes we're posting the audio as well. So keep an eye out on the major streaming platforms. And I'm pretty sure maybe we could hear the background noise on the tape.
Oh.
Moses is still in the kitchen finishing up the tacos. And for those who don't know, Moses cooks better than me. So yeah. For the most part, when we do Talking Taco Tuesday, he's the one that cooks the food.
No, I don't want no strip. Right?
Okay. So we're here with, well, my name is Lungina Askew and my husband Moses Askew. We're the co-hosts of the Christian Millennial Perspective. And we're here with the future Ernest's.
Let's go.
So introduce yourself, Richie, and then introduce yourself, future wifey. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Enunciate so they can pick up on the camera.
Yeah. I'll start first. Hey guys, I'm Richie, and this is my fiance,
Rashonda.
Yeah. Right now we're kind of like a power couple, so everybody's looking at us,
I love it. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna let the people know. So we have a doctor in the house. And not a juris doctor, because you guys know I'm a doctor too. No, I'm kidding. But no, we have an actual doctor in the house, guys. That's why he's over here, feeling himself.
No, I don't know, man. Not really. I'm just,
Oh, are you feeling it?
Sometimes.
Just a little.
But I love how you guys are double R. That is so cute.
Yeah.
Richie and Rashonda.
R.E. actually.
R.E.
Because my last name is Edwards.
Wow. So you say the same initial.
Pretty much.
That's nice.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, okay. Blocking people on the camera. Stop it. He's so annoying, babe. We also need plates.
That's why you were supposed to be.
Oh my
God.
God. Listen, I told him start cooking before 6:30. No, I'm gonna wait for 6:30. I don't want the food to be cold. Now you're not ready, and the live started.
I mean,
so you hear this, Richie? Yeah. The moral of the story is listen to your wife.
You're right, but I mean, at least you know now. Like I'm always on time. Like I try to be always on time.
And then listen to this. We told them to get here at 6:30. They got here at 6. You guys.
Yeah.
They basically beat me home. I'm coming from work, and I'm like, what? They're already here? Oh my gosh. So, anyways,
good impression.
Honestly,
make yourself use.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, they were not on island time, even though Rashonda is Jamaican and Richie is Haitian. Take one and pass it down.
Honestly, it was kind of, I would say kind of like a blessing or something like that, because I had patience until, I was supposed to have patience until, what was it, 6 o'clock, right? So I was going to be here at 6:30, right? But some of them called out, so, I was like,
okay. Great.
Everything worked out.
Everything worked out. Yeah, give us some time to talk off camera at first, and then now we're gonna be talking on camera. As soon as Mr. Askew sits down, we can start the actual conversation. As you guys know, we've been doing the 4 C's, which is Christ, communication, compromise, and consideration. And we've been talking to married couples so far, but today we have an engaged couple, so a future married couple. And I think definitely the conversation is going to go a little bit differently because they also have the chance to ask us questions. We're not relationship experts or anything, and we're not pastors or counselors.
I'm an expert at this.
Listen, Moses used to play matchmaker and was failing at it, so he is not a relationship
Hold on
expert.
now. It ain't my fault. Let me come in this camera.
Okay, So, anyways, but we, just through trial and error, as well as, good teaching and learning under our pastor and learning biblical principles and applying it to the marriage, we think we have a lot to share. And we want to see people avoid the mistakes that we made.
Mhm.
So it is just perfect for us to be having this conversation. Can I please get sweet tea? Thank
You
you.
act like I don't know you already. or
I thought you
something.
grabbed fruit punch.
Grab both of them things. Stop playing.
Okay, awesome. So today we don't have no water, we just got juice. Like savages. Okay.
Okay, let me tell you what we're eating real quick. We got some shrimp with a little spice on it, some ground beef, some pulled pork, the sweet kind, and we got some chicken right there, some chicken.
Wow, you got 4 different meats?
I went all out, girl.
Usually it's 3 meats. These went out for y'all.
Okay.
Oh, y'all special.
Oh, thank you.
And he got the name brand sour cream. Daisy sponsor us. And some fancy creamy chili honey sauce.
All right, should be great.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you, Father God, for this time of fellowship. We thank you that it would be great conversation and great food. Bless the hands that prepared it. Bless Richie and Rashonda as they enter into marriage. And bless the podcast. It's in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we're gonna do take one, pass it down. So
Okay.
I definitely want the sweet Hawaiian. So good. I encourage you to try it with the pulled pork. Do it with the pulled pork. Oh, try it. You won't regret it.
Gotcha.
I should have had this open first.
Is it dark?
The lighting is not the best, guys. We're gonna do better. Richie is a tech guy, so he said he's gonna help us out with the lighting. Don't laugh. He's a man of many talents. Okay, so we're gonna take his advice.
That's why she chose him.
Who, Rashonda? Ooh, okay, girl. That is a good question. You didn't tell us our story. But that's for off camera. That's for off camera.
I got you.
All right, so let's get into these 4 C's.
Yes. I thought you seemed like you were so ready.
You were supposed to take off.
It seemed like you were so ready. But no. So I kind of gave you guys a little bit of a background of, coming up with the 4 C's and why we think the 4 C's are so important. Again, the 4 C's are Christ, communication, consideration, and compromise. And so I guess to start off, because you guys are Christian, you guys are in church. So what do you think in regards to how being Christians will impact your marriage? Like, just not even in the marriage yet, but going in, what do you think?
Most definitely it will impact our marriage because I believe in having Christ first
Amen.
in your marriage and in anything you do because he's the reason we're here.
Amen.
He's the reason that he's the one who brought us together.
Yeah.
So we believe that putting God first is the ultimate thing.
All right.
She had a good answer.
So now that we know,
A plus.
now that we know the most important C,
I know everybody.
Yeah, the most important.
The most important
Yeah.
C, okay?
that's the most important C. Which out of the other 3 C's, which do y'all feel like should come first?
After Christ.
Okay, there's communication.
Consideration.
And compromise.
I gotta say communication, bro. I have to say communication. Yeah.
I think communication as well, because they're all very important. It's kind of hard to choose, but communication really is there because with no communication, how can something really survive? You know?
You can't compromise. You can't do anything without communication.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's so funny. It's so funny that you guys say that because for me, and I think Moses agreed with me, that we felt like consideration would lead to communication.
Mm-hmm.
That if you consider the other person, you naturally will communicate with them.
That is true.
That
That is
comes
true.
that
That
comes with
makes
almost
sense.
10 years of experience, though.
Moses,
makes
okay, so technically, this September does make it 10 years together. Well, no, I lied. Next year we'll make it 10 years together. Because we met in 2012. So this October makes it 10 years of knowing each other. So I guess you could say almost 10 years in the game. But this year we have 6 years of marriage. But with that, we've realized that there's more to communication because you have to realize people have different communication styles.
Yeah.
So what might be good communication to you may not be good communication to her, and vice versa. But if you're considerate of one another, you will adjust your communication style to please your partner.
For example.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
That's true. Yeah.
Let me give you all an
I
example.
never thought of it that way.
Let me give you all an example. I used to work maintenance back in the day. One thing she liked to do was talk as soon as I walk in the door.
Yeah.
She would just and
That's what I was doing.
oh baby, it was bad.
Oh, at least you're being honest.
No, but he didn't communicate.
I was so
No,
happy.
because I wanted to make her happy.
And that's being considerate.
But not considering myself. You also got to consider yourself.
Yeah.
So what I told her, communication, which was something I struggled with at the beginning. I told her, hey babe, give me an hour before you come ransack me with things.
Oh.
And it actually worked out because instead of the whole hour, I would take 30 minutes to myself and then go seek her out.
So like real quick, right? In terms of consideration, right? Like what made you, I guess in a sense, put like clamps on like how much you would consider
Myself?
like, exactly, consider for yourself, instead of like considering for Luigi. Like what was that like, like okay, so it's too much about me now and it's
It's funny that you say that because if you ask her that and answering for me, it's still room for me to consider her more. So,
but it's interesting because let's use that specific example, right? Yeah, this needs to be open. With that specific example, and in a sense, him communicating with me how he was feeling was considering me because instead of being cranky and not even engaging in conversation and being annoyed with me when I would come talk to him, him saying, hey babe, I just need a few minutes and then let me de-stress from the day and then we'll pick up a conversation. And then the conversation was more worthwhile for me because my love language is quality time. So if he didn't want to have a conversation with me, that would hurt my feelings in return.
Yeah.
So if anything, him being brutally honest, yes, it sting a little, but once I realized, hey, by him speaking his truth, he was actually considering me because instead of now snapping at me because he's just whatever upset from the day, he's able to de-stress. So by the time we talk, there's no more of that. It's just pure conversation with each other at this point.
Yeah.
So it did end up being him considering himself and also for the betterment of the relationship overall.
but it's so funny when you love somebody, Richie, as much as I'm pretty sure you love Rashonda. I keep wanting to say Rashida for some reason.
It's okay. A lot of people give me nicknames. It's okay. I like Rashida.
I'm gonna start calling you Roro.
Roro.
That's what's coming off your tongue.
I want to call you Riri.
I think that was about to be one of the nicknames.
Yeah.
I think that would have been one of the nicknames.
It wasn't fitting.
Yeah, but if you love that person, you're gonna always, I feel, consider them at the end. Sometimes because you love yourself too, so you're gonna consider yourself first. But what makes you consider the other person is definitely love, and you should work out later.
Don't forget to speak up, babe. I feel like you started trailing off.
Love is love.
I agree though. Yeah, when you truly love someone, you're gonna consider them no matter what. But that communication has to be there to let them know, like,
of course,
both parties. Yeah.
But compromise. Compromise is so important. Because after you consider her, you have to compromise. I forgot where I was going with that. I had it, but I'm pretty sure y'all get where I was going.
Yeah, you can't be selfish. You can't be selfish.
You can't be.
You pretty much can't be selfish.
You gotta compromise. Sometimes the simple compromise is just picking what you're gonna watch for that evening.
Right.
Sometimes the compromise is a major life decision.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the compromise is how you're going to spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things that people need to talk about ahead of time. How are we going to handle if we can't agree on a money decision?
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to handle if we can't agree on something a family member is asking us?
Mm-hmm.
It might not even be money.
Yeah.
Like, how are we going to handle career changes? How are we going to handle life changes? Like, when they said to death do us part,
Yeah.
and for better or worse, they really meant it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true.
And I feel like that played a big part in me and Luigi's. Everybody calls her Luigi. I don't know if they know that.
Not everybody. Some people call me Lulu.
Yeah, that's my nickname for that. People stole, but it is what it is.
Ain't getting copyrighted though.
Okay.
Well, I was saying, I had a long day at work, people.
Listen, I too had a long day, and I can't even remember what he was saying for real. I just know you were talking about to that do us part.
Compromise. That's what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you going with it? I know we started talking about the to that do us part and taking it very seriously,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that was one of the things in our marriage. Are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. See, that's why you get married, folks. Compromising in consideration was like so much of a big part of our relationship in the beginning, to the point where it just helped us flow
Easier.
so much. It started with us working together
Yep, as coworkers.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I consider.
Oh, you don't know the story.
Yeah, we don't know their story yet.
Yeah.
Off camera,
yeah. Off camera, yeah, we
We'll
both
tell
have to
y'all
share.
To the Patreons, you know?
camera.
Let you guys know.
the PG version of it.
Yeah, we shared the PG version already. Well, PG-13, but we're gonna share the real with you guys.
Okay.
But yeah, so working as coworkers.
Working as coworkers. I understood because she was in school still.
Mhm.
So I consider she was tired and actually picked up the slack. I think she was actually taking advantage.
Baby, I was working the system with you. You would take out the trash and I would put it in the bags. It was like we came up with a system.
See, considering and compromising. See?
Okay.
Of course, I had to lift a big, heavy garbage bag.
Okay, but you're
And
strong.
She come with the little.
You're stronger than me.
It worked. It worked. Yeah.
It worked out.
To the point, even now, we
Yeah.
still kind of do that here with our house trash can.
I would literally take the trash and come back and she put a lot in from all the way in the room.
And that's another thing, guys. Literally, they say like you kind of train yourselves even within the marriage, and with you guys are doing it in a sense the right way in regards to the biblical way. You guys don't live together, so you're gonna be moving in together, right? So even within the relationship, though, you guys were in a sense already getting used to each other's patterns and habits. Whether, I don't know, for example, Moses leaves socks on the floor. That was something that from the beginning we dealt with until this day we're dealing with. So it's like it's a situation of, that's just a small example, but let's say there's someone who is maybe more selfish than the other. I feel like I was in a sense the one. Even now I'm still working on it because I am an only child. So just naturally I didn't have to think so much of other people. So it's in a sense we had to deal with that. Like, okay, there's a pattern of you choosing yourself, over the relationship, or choosing yourself over your spouse. So you got to now work with that pattern, work with that mindset. And even him, he has to help me and call me out on it.
Yeah.
See, I got something directly tied to that. She was the only child, but I grew up with all 5 of my siblings, and then my cousins that would come stay with us and everything. So I'm used to hanging out late night and everything. Once you get married, hanging out late night is dead.
Not even for ball? Like, bro, come on.
You don't see I be touching Moses when you guys are playing basketball? When are you coming home?
Certain time, bro.
When are you coming home?
Sometimes you got to cut it short.
Compromise.
Compromise. See, but she also got to compromise too. I I can't get over there at 8 o'clock and then leave at 11 thinking, this is not hangout time. I got at least 1 o'clock.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Once a month? It's once a month. Ain't like I'm doing it every night.
I can get behind that. Yeah, I can get behind it. Because, like, okay, so all right, so in terms of compromise, right? One of the biggest compromises I had to do, right, was I was playing ball like 4 or 5 times a week, right? Exactly.
Not ball is life.
Yeah, ball was life. But yeah, I was.
It
Ball still life. But yeah, I was coming home. What was it, like 10 o'clock, right? And she'd be asleep by then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like she'd be blowing up my phone. You know, like, oh, where you at? I don't have my phone on me. You know, like, so
no worries.
Yeah, no
worries. Honestly, I'm the type of person to, even though sometimes I may not like something, I adjust to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even with him going and playing ball, and sometimes I may just go to bed. I just leave it at that because I know that's just what he do. So I just kind of adjust to it. But I know, like, going into marriage, it's like I don't want to take that away from him, but you have limitations at that point because you have somebody else to consider. Yeah.
You know what's so funny about that?
You gotta consider
how you just fall asleep because he like playing basketball. That's gonna be over with. You're gonna be living in the house like he need to come home.
Well, yes, you might be right. You just might be right.
I'm trying to tell you.
You just might be right.
I'm trying to tell you.
But just now, Richie.
No, I've been slowly but surely adjusting because I realized, like, man,
it's time, bro.
It's time.
But it's my thing. The park lights go off, what, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, but you stay back to talk with, like,
exactly.
That's why I feel coaching.
Even now, don't get me wrong, like, this is not, we're perfect. No, even now we're dealing with this. I'll have to have a pre-conversation with him. Let's say it's Saturday, I know he's gonna go play football Sunday. Babe, I know how you are. You get out there, you tell me you're gonna leave at 1, but you don't get home until 3. So tomorrow we have somewhere to be at 3. So I need you to be home at 2. And then in the morning when he's leaving, babe, don't forget. We have somewhere to be at 3. I need you to be home at 2. Then when 1 o'clock hits, I start texting him. But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this is something we have to. But now my approach is different versus before I would just get pissed off. Like, he always does this. What the heck? Like, he knows we have somewhere to be. Why didn't? Okay. Now I'm realizing, okay, obviously he enjoys this. He also communicated with me exactly what you said, Richie. Babe, it's not always, we're still playing. Sometimes we stay back and talk.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, you have friends. You should have friends.
Yeah, of course.
So now it's a matter of, okay, I just gotta adjust. And for the most part, I don't even plan nothing. I try not to, at least. That way,
other people playing stuff that we gotta attend.
Exactly, right. So at this point, he takes all the time he wants, and I just whatever. Like, I'll just hang out, and sometimes he surprises me and gets home earlier than I expect him to.
Yeah,
you get what I mean. Yeah. But I got over the fact of bothering him, and in a sense of unless we have something to do, then I just the week before I start talking again.
Yeah.
But if I know we got something to do, I'm gonna be here.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
If it's a Haitian event, I'm coming late because it's early. I'm gonna say it louder. If it's a Haitian event, it's gonna start late, so I'm showing up late.
So that's what you did at the baby shower?
Ooh. Wow. Stop.
I'm just saying, bro.
Stop it. Don't do that to us.
No, Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
What is Saturday?
The baby shower.
No.
What did you do before the baby shower? You did do something.
I did go do something.
I don't know what you did.
Me neither.
Married life be like.
All I know is Friday I did a 9.5 hour drive.
Oh yeah, you're right. I
wasn't rushing nothing.
I forgot you.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys came at a good time because it didn't even start.
Yeah, they didn't even start yet. They're trying to explain the rules to the game.
I don't know before that.
He left to go get supplies and came back.
I gotta take that. Mind you, remember Tiffany is her best friend. When Tiffany said Ted is home, he's tired.
At 12.
Y'all already knew. 12 o'clock when it was supposed to start.
I get it when I get it.
The consideration is really the big thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, any more questions?
I was just gonna say, do you guys have any specific questions of things that you're thinking of in regards to being married? What do you guys expect is gonna be like? Be realistic.
Lasting giggles, man. Oh, so you got work.
It's gonna be a lot of that.
There's gonna be a lot of
No,
lies.
but here's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so like,
And I'm sorry, don't agree. When people say the first year is the worst year,
I thought they said
you've heard that it's the best year. Oh, that's good.
like in the sense it's because it's still
The honeymoon stage?
Yeah.
And it could still be
every
the
year's gonna be
honeymoon
the best
stage.
year.
Every year is gonna be the best year. Every year is gonna be better than the year before.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fall more and more in love with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The honeymoon stage doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
You choose when it stops, as in you can continue it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't listen to anything. When people say, oh, the first year is the worst, no, it doesn't have to be. I feel like our first year was the best.
You know why they say that? This is why they say
It's like
that.
what you said, it gets better and better.
Because you learn new habits of your partner that you didn't see before because y'all didn't stay together.
And it should be a compromise, it should be an adjustment, it should be communication and consideration.
Mm-hmm.
So that shouldn't be the worst year. If anything, we should be falling more in love with each other because we're learning more about each other.
So in that case,
Yeah, that's true.
obviously, first of all,
With
with Christ first, everything will work.
Amen.
Yes.
Second, when you're moving into a new place, like my sock thing. If we would have came into the marriage in like our first year, that's when she learned about the socks.
Mm-hmm.
Communicate with me about the problem. It's up to me to consider, and it's up to me
To compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, over the years he has gotten better with the sock thing.
Yeah.
And even sometimes I purposely leave them so that he is reminded that he needs to pick up after himself.
See, let me tell you the reason behind the sock thing. Because growing up, we wasn't the most fortunate. So I removed my socks.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of balling back up, putting them in the drawer?
I do the same thing. Yeah, I do the same thing. Like,
Drop
my
them
socks
right
are
here.
just on the floor, and then I just yeah.
Maybe it's a guy thing.
It probably is a guy thing.
So annoying.
Probably is a guy thing.
So annoying.
Speaking of the sock thing, man, they do the same thing with
Everything.
everything. Yeah.
What you mean?
But we have a specific section for it, not just all over the place.
What? My socks be all over the place, sis? Or right on my side of the bed?
All right.
In a big pile.
I feel like in terms of Moses, it kind of progressively got better, like in the sense that it's not in front of the door anymore.
Thank God.
It's going,
Right.
he's leaving it in the room now.
Yeah, he's leaving it in the room, yes.
I mean, that's progress, man. That's progress.
It's progress. It's progress. And sometimes he does pick up after himself.
Yeah.
But then you have things that you're going to do that it's just going to be out of second nature of loving that person and living with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like water. My thing is I love to drink water, so I'll fill his cup.
Okay.
To the point he'll drink his cup of water and leave it empty and don't refill it until I refill it. To the point sometimes he'll ask me, babe, what happens to the water? And so it's like there's those types of things. Like some things you will just naturally do with each other because of just the love and you're living with each other.
Sometimes she drank the water that she fixed for me.
Sometimes I do. I'm thirsty.
So pretty much I'm just hearing like all these unspoken things. So how do you guys like figure out who's gonna do what? You know what I mean? Like
That's the thing.
yeah.
It's of course you're gonna have the things that you do because you're the man, but it's not.
And we're not saying that, there's strict gender rules. We're just saying that there's some things just, I'm sorry, I am a princess. I'm not taking out the trash. I'm just not.
And I'm okay with that.
But then you have some things where I'll do the laundry, but Moses does the laundry better than me. It smells better when he does it. So in a sense, he'll do it and fold, and I'll put it away, and I'll hang up the clothes.
You build routines like that.
You
Or
just
habits.
build routines. Like, okay, I hate hanging up clothes. Oh, she doesn't mind it. Okay, so she does it.
Exactly.
Because I can't stand.
You know what I mean? There's going to be certain things, because that's one thing about God. He's going to put you with somebody who compliments you. So there's going to be things that you're good at, Richie, that she's not so good at, and vice versa. She's going to be great at some things. You're like, oh my goodness, I'm terrible at this. And naturally, you guys are not going to be upset to do it. But if something does come up where you guys are upset about it, please communicate that with each other.
Yeah.
Because maybe you put Richie in a role of, he's the one that cleans the bathroom. And maybe he hates cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah.
But if you never say that to her, you resent it. You resent her because she makes you do it, but she don't know that.
Exactly.
Like Moses, he hates doing the dishes. Do I complain that I do more dishes than him? Yes. But still, for the
who's dirty the most?
him. But because he cooks more. So it's like a balance, right? So how much can I complain when he's cooking more? So seriously, if anything, I just suck it up and just wash the dishes. Or sometimes I just let them sit there for a long time. Hey.
Until he decides to wash.
And so he decides to wash them, and I just be thankful. I'll be like, thank you so much, man.
It's like, bro, once you communicate, the compromise come easy, bro.
That's true. Because now you know what to do. You know what to fix. You know what to adjust. At that point, if you don't do it, that is on you.
Yeah, I just hate, like, honestly, even I try not to do it myself, right? But I catch myself sometimes doing it. Where, like, you're upset and then you go completely quiet. You know, like, I'm just like.
Oh, he gets me silent treatment.
He's talking about.
Oh, so you do the silent treatment one.
There's times where, like, there's times where I also do silent treatment, but it's like, I gotta catch myself. Like,
don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it.
But the reason I go silent, this is like one of the bigger reasons, to stop myself from saying something.
I'm the same way.
That makes sense.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Well, it's twofold. To stop myself from getting in more trouble.
Yeah.
Or stop me from hurting her feelings.
I'm the same way. And
so
I try and tell
I was gonna say,
but just like at the moment, I'm mad. So
be real with me. Hurt my feelings, like if you got.
No. When the words are spoken, you can't take them back.
You cannot take them back.
So I will say this is the thing that I've kind of adjusted with over the years, and over the years, even Moses, he doesn't necessarily do the silent treatment thing to the point. Now he jokes about it. He'll be like 10 minutes, no talking.
No.
But that's over the years, right? In the beginning, it was bad. I'd be like, he's really not talking to me. It's been 4 hours. Like, it was bad. He's Mr. Petty. So now, but I've adjusted.
I'll sneak out the house on purpose.
But no.
I won't talk to you.
He's so bad. But now what I do is, he's upset. Let me go do my own thing. He'll get over it. Because I know, okay, eventually we are going to talk about it because I'm the one that does communicate the most, I feel like. Yeah. So I do want to talk about it.
I got to get to that point.
You know what I mean? So I've adjusted to the point of not taking it personal because that's what she's asking you to do. Don't take it personal. I'm upset. So please just give me some time. Yeah. So then I had to turn the N-word. Let me not take it personal because I have a big thing of I hate when people ignore me. So I had to deal with that. Like, okay, it's not personal. If anything, he's trying to avoid hurting you. So which one would you rather? Him hurt you or let it cool down and then pick it back up again? Yeah. And I think that could be something you could help him with, Rashawn, to just say, I know you're upset, so it's hard for you to think that clearly, but just say something like, can we talk about it later? Mm-hmm. And you also, Richie, have to get to the point of, you can't be like, no, we're going to talk about this now. You cannot be like that.
I'm more like legit, what I would say is, are you good? Are you okay? Like, are you?
I would say,
don't poke.
That's poking.
Yeah.
Moses taught me that. He's like, you're poking the bear.
Yeah, because honestly, my issue with that is that a lot of, sometimes I guess, I don't know if it's a guy thing, but it's like, you guys will do something and then your woman's mood will change because then you do something that they don't like, and then later on, then you'll ask like, "Oh, what's wrong?" But it's like it's kind of obvious you did something
we have no idea though.
Sometimes we don't know.
I understand sometimes you don't know, but it's just like saying, okay, if you let me not use slap. More like if you say something hurtful, like outrageous. And then you see that my mood changed automatically when you stop saying, how later on you gonna ask me?
But that's the thing, we won't pick
if
up
I
on
did something.
We won't pick up on it. Like
if we say a joke and you took it to heart.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know.
That's why communication. Tell him right now I don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, and I recommend you read the Power of the Praying Wife. We're more complicated than they are.
I agree. Yes. We are.
And not in a bad way. We were made to be complex. And I'm not saying it negative. That's a compliment to us. Mm-hmm. Because of the value we add to you guys. that we're more
Yes,
complex.
we're very
And
balanced.
we're able to multitask, and we're able
Yeah.
to think about multiple issues at the same time. Versus you can be only, focus on one single thing, and it's hard for you to think about multiple things at the same time.
That's why I know the wife put on a dress and she asked the husband, does this dress make you look fat? It's best not to answer. Because although we know our wife is beautiful, they still gonna feel some type of way about it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's some people because I'm not
That's
the
all
type
women.
of no, because if
You're not fat. You're not fat. Sorry.
No, I'm not fat.
You're not even fat.
I'm not fat, but I want you to be honest with how I look in something.
No,
If I look
for
some
what?
type of- no, because if I look some type of way in a dress, you don't.
I mean, if you look bad in it,
Let me
you
know.
look bad on the thing.
This is a perfect example. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bring this up. One time we went to the store, right? And I had my hair braided down two sides, and the back of one of my braids was sticking out. And we were in the store, and he didn't say nothing about it. You know how I found out? Because I saw a picture that we were taking because we were looking at some puppies or whatever. And I saw the back of my hair was sticking out. I'm like, babe, you couldn't tell me that my hair was sticking out in the back. It's like,
But you didn't find nothing wrong with
No,
it.
exactly.
No,
I thought it was a hairstyle. I had nothing wrong with it. I was like,
You didn't find nothing
I
wrong
didn't
with it.
find nothing wrong with it.
something wrong
I
with
didn't
it.
find nothing wrong with it.
But from now on, ask. Man, you did this on purpose?
At least.
No, Moses,
At least. No, at least bring it
This is good communication, bro. Ask her from now on. If you see something out of the ordinary, you did this on purpose? Right?
to me. Yes.
But then wouldn't you take offense to that?
No,
Or like I tried my
No,
hardest
because
and
if
then
you would at least said that, then I would have been,
But
no.
but at the
And
same
then I
time,
fix it.
if it's something you don't like on her, she will have to compromise with that. And although she like it, like I don't like Luigi with short hair.
Mhm.
I allow it sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because I know she wants to, but she don't do it often because she know I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And vice
Compromise
versa.
with both.
So
Mhm.
you see something with her head, like, babe, I don't like it. Let it go.
Moses is brutally honest, so
No, but sometimes that's necessary.
yeah,
Sometimes
sometimes
just
it's
be
necessary.
I think that's one of the things like I really have to work on is like picking up on these little things.
Little cues,
Like she
but
does,
sometimes it has to be
No, let me
acknowledged.
finish.
I'm sorry. Go
no, I
ahead.
was just saying like she does like little things like for example like she does her nails or like she does like these little things and I still don't pick up on it. I'm just like, oh, what's up? Like
Okay,
it's a regular day.
You
Yeah.
might be.
It's a regular day, Like, it's
Aw.
just like being able to pick up on all these little things. That's what.
I was gonna say, just let him know ahead of time. Babe, I'm gonna go get my hair done.
Oh, I would love
Babe,
that.
I'm gonna go
Yes,
get my
yes.
nails
I would love
done.
that. Then I can be like, yeah, I like that.
You
I
see what I'm
don't realize.
Well, it wasn't even anything major that I don't even think I had really got my hair done. It was just my hair was just like that. And it wasn't a big style that I did.
You know
It was
how
just
you
my
see
hair
that?
braided and came around and would stick out
Compliment
of
her
the back.
every day.
Every day.
Whatever you
I
can
can
say,
see like
compliment.
my hair.
Like general or just like
Anything, bro. It don't matter what it is. Just compliment her, bro.
okay.
How many compliments I give you a week?
A day? You talking about a
Okay,
week?
how many I give you a day?
I like-
When she got out of the car, it's
Literally.
it's the look. Like
Yeah.
you give her that look.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
Smack them buns.
no, please tell
You
her.
get a little frisky.
By smacking the buns.
And sharing it with the
No,
audience.
I agree. Please tell him because I kind of have an issue with that. Like, it's not that I seek like
Compliments.
compliments per se, but I want you to acknowledge me when I look good. Like even if I'm just looking regular.
She
Like at
wants
least
her baby to tell her she look good.
You know?
So instead of like you did that on purpose. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like
Bro, I told you the way to fix that.
uh-huh.
Always compliment her.
Okay.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
So now, even when she just, I'm gonna tell y'all too. I like Luigi the best when she laid in bed, bonnet on, nothing on her face. That's when she the prettiest to me.
Natural.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, natural.
You just start giving them a compliment. So by the time she get her face all beat and everything, you can amp it up a little more. Look, God,
You need that hype. You need that hype because it really,
Yeah.
Look, you hear. That's gonna make a big head like, ooh, I'm
No, for real, he's right.
stepping right now.
He
I'm
is so
stepping.
right. He's right.
Yeah.
That's why you always give him compliments.
I give him compliments all the time. Like even if he's looking regular, there's just sometimes I'm just looking at him and like, damn.
I think it's a personality thing because when she gives
it might be a love language.
When she gives me compliments, I'm like, thank you. Like I guess. Like
I'm kind of like that, but Moses made me like compliments more.
Because
before there were times when he would give me compliments I would not even acknowledge before, but then I started realizing because the way you want to receive love versus the way you give love is different. And one thing I will say is Haitian culture too. I don't know how your parents were.
Yeah, it was never.
If there's no words of affirmation, like in my house, I grew up with words of affirmation from my mom. So then when Moses was giving it to me, in a sense, I was kind of used to it, and then I guess it's not really my way of receiving love. So it was kind of like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the more I paid attention and I started liking it because I was like, oh, like he really means this. That was another thing. I was dealing with trust issues. So when he was saying things, I just be like, okay. Because I'm like, I don't believe your words. You get what I mean? So it was like a twofold thing. That's what I'm saying. Like it might be culture for you, Richie.
Oh yeah, I think it's 100% culture because like to this day, I've never hugged my dad or like he's never like it's never been like
I love you
or like it's crazy. I'm actually saying this. Like even with my mom, it's just like so awkward. Like in a sense, like.
I think it's the relationship.
I think it's just but it's just ever since like little, it was always like, okay, you're gonna like these are the guidelines. You're gonna do school. You're gonna be good in school, whatever, and stuff like that. You can bring the best GPA ever. They're like, keep on doing that.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what I teach you for. This is what I supposed to do.
Yeah, so it was never like like good job, like never like that.
And they're proud of you though.
Yeah, but it's only in their own language, like in their own language.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I know for sure, like when we like have kids, right? It's gonna
have to talk them up.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, your parents gonna treat your kids different than they treated you, right?
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah, because my older brother, like they are constantly huddling over. Oh, so you don't know my older brother. Yeah.
Older brother?
Yeah, I have a niece. Her name's Millennial. Yeah, like they're constantly buying her gifts. They're constantly, I never got it.
Mom, I need $10. Mom, I need $10 for gas. So what?
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. They've helped me like that, right? In that sense. But like the whole emotional aspect, So then when you ask me to like kind of show like emotion in this. Like sort of way. I'm still trying to figure that out.
See what you gotta realize is not your mom.
No, I really, No, but like even with my friends, I'm just trying to like figure out how to like emote. You know what I mean?
You don't say I love you to your friends?
Yeah, I mean
jokingly.
Like, jokingly, like, yo, bro, like, yo, we good, like and stuff like that.
Continue to hang around me, bro.
You gotta say I love you. Like, oh,
but it's weird. Females that different. It's weird telling your homeboy, yeah, bro, I love you, bro.
We need more of that. Like,
no, when you're turning around, like.
No, seriously, I love you, bro.
Like, for example,
this nigga gay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, legit.
That's a culture thing.
We would just play around, like playing basketball. Like, good job, like slap on the butt cheek or something like that. Good job and stuff like that. Like,
hey, don't be like, good job. Hey, bro, you but jiggling? Don't do that.
It was maybe joke.
Oh my God! We need more of these conversations about emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Because I agree that there are a lot of men who are not emotionally intelligent. Thankfully, most people don't know this, but Moses is a mama boy.
Aww.
Now you're slipping in and out. That's why I think he was emotionally intelligent. And so
I was sort of bringing it up when he was telling us.
sisters.
Yes.
A lot of sisters.
Yes. Although one of them mad at me. One of them stay in Georgia. And the other one pretty much stay in Georgia too because she stay all over the east side. They drive a little bit. Oh, speaking of that, I'm going to take that one to the movies this weekend.
Just telling everybody's business.
But yeah, I was going to tell you, that's one thing my mom did a good job of. Making sure I respect women and treat them the right way. Or just know how to love on them. Although she was forcing me to rub her feet, but I don't mind rubbing feet now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Like
or
little things like that. Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much how to cater to a woman.
Yeah.
My mom did a good job with that.
So, guys, we went over our normal time for
That's
the
it.
podcast.
Dang, really?
We're gonna continue the conversation, but off camera.
Bruh, I still don't know how to turn this thing off.
Baby, you gotta click the end live button.
The end live button? It's that end stream. I got you right here. You ready?
Yes, baby. Bye.
Yeet.